Hey everybody, Brooks from Drag Times here. So you saw the title, Ferrari 488 versus Lamborghini Huracan again. A lot of you might be wondering, well, why are you doing that race again? We've seen you race it probably 2 or 3 times. And well, that's because the last streetcar drags event that we had, I was setting up some other races and a friend of mine came up to me and said, hey, you gotta see this brand new Ferrari 2019 488 GTB running in the 10s at over 130 miles an hour. So I've personally raced quite a few 488s, running down the drag strip, raced them against the Tesla. Raced them against my Huracan and some other cars. And I never really get one of the 10s. I've never seen them trap really well either. So after checking out the time, so this is the 488 running down the drag strip, I said, well, that's really close to what I was running the Huracan that day. Let's set up another race and run them. So as it turns out, we actually had 2 brand new 488s there that day, and both were running similar times. So that brings up the question, are the new 488 GTBs actually faster than the ones that came out a couple years ago? I'm beginning to think they are, because as you'll see in these races, the 488 was doing really well. And so a little backstory on the races before we get started. My buddy Jason, who runs the Tesla Model X, has come a long way in drag racing. His reaction times are just on fire when he races his Tesla Model S. The Ferrari owner was brand new, wasn't doing that well. So what we did was, Jason got in the Ferrari to race me in the Huracan. So I knew based on what I saw the Ferrari running, I was gonna have to be on point with my reaction times because Jason's just a monster out of the hole. And basically whoever got the hole shot was gonna win the race. Now when drag racing different cars, a lot comes into play on reaction time and how fast you can leave based on rollout and based on how well the car kind of comes out of the hole, whether it's turbocharged, naturally aspirated, or electric. And here's the kicker. Jason's used to driving a Tesla, which has instant torque, 900 foot-pounds to the wheels. It comes off instant. There's 0 delay between hitting the accelerator and just rocketing off the line. Compared to gas cars where you hit the button, you hit the launch, you go, the transmission, a lot of other things come into play before it actually goes. So Jason's used to having that kind of reaction time in the Tesla. Well, when he jumps in the Ferrari, it's a whole different ballgame. The Ferrari just doesn't react as quickly as it does in the Tesla. And that was a clear advantage for me during these races. So the footage you're about to see is Jason and his Tesla Model X running the Ferrari owner, who's never been drag racing before. Not a good run. The Ferrari owner actually leads off, but you can see how well the Tesla takes off. And then he's gonna jump in the Ferrari and race me, and he's not gonna be ready for the difference in reaction times and rollouts between the Tesla and the Ferrari. So we did 2 races, you're about to see that. And then after that, I got some previews from Fuel Run. If you haven't been on this rally or checked it out, it is awesome. Fuel Run was a couple weeks ago. We got a lot of really cool races in. So I'm gonna give you a little preview of Ferrari Speciale versus Lamborghini Urus. And it was a great couple of races. And that should be coming out in the next couple weeks. Here you go, enjoy the footage, and thanks for watching.
It fell out of launch mode, so I had to do it right at the
Mine
last
too.
second.
I know, mine did that too. You want to try again, or you good?
I'm all good.
Okay, go on. Alright, so you saw it. The only reason I won that race was based on reaction time. The Ferrari was actually coming pretty hard on the Huracan. Just couldn't catch me by the end of the quarter mile. Of course, we have the new Ferrari F8 coming out with 700 horsepower. And that's actually not going to be close with the Lamborghini. I think Lamborghini's really got to step it up because that new Evo with an extra 30 horsepower, there is no way it's going to compete with that new Ferrari. And that's based on what I just heard. A friend of mine just ran the first quarter mile on the Ferrari Pista, and that thing is very fast. I got to get a race in 720S versus Pista because that video is going to come out soon from the Dobe brothers. They went out and raced the Pista and got a 10-1 at 141 or 142 miles an hour. And it was spinning a little bit, obviously, but man, sometimes when I spin in the 720S, I'll run similar times. So I'd really like to get that race set up. Ferrari's finally stepping it up and making some really fast cars. I hope Lamborghini really bumps up the power and does the same. And I'm sure McLaren knows exactly what's going on. And whatever comes out next from McLaren is going to be that much higher above Ferrari. And anything else out there, really look forward to the 750 LT or whatever McLaren's got coming out. Next up, of course, we got Ferrari Speciale from the Fuel Run running against the Lamborghini Urus.
So, yeah, right here. Okay. Yeah, you got it.